Meet Batman.
Oh yeah, I get called Batman a lot.
And for good reason, as this crowd discovered when they came to hear Ian Abelson's presentation for the Zion Nature Center.
I am here today to show you and to talk about some bats.
Ian knows bats like teachers know the faces of their students.
Well, the biggest bat, like I said, in the wild, has a wingspan of about 6 feet. The smallest bat in the world is the bumblebee bat in Thailand. It has a wingspan of about 5 inches. That phrase is a complete lie. There are no bats that are blind, but there are a lot of bats that can't see very well. Do you like bananas? Yeah! Absolutely. So, bats pollinate all of those fruits. Without the bats, we'd have either none or a lot fewer of those sorts of fruits. Everybody flap your arms.
Ian thinks bats need a better public relations agent, and he's stepping up to answer the call.
Because people have a lot of ideas about bats. They think bats are creepy, or they'll get caught in your hair, or they'll swoop down and bite you. All sorts of things that aren't really true, but when those sorts of thoughts are common, it's a lot harder to convince people that, hey, we need these animals around and we should do what we can to keep them around.
Why are bats our friends?
So, bats are our friends all over the world for a variety of reasons. Here in the US, a lot of our bats are insect eaters. A lot of them eat the pests on farmers' crops. We estimate that they save farmers in the US billions and billions of dollars every year in extra pesticides. Her ears are like little satellite dishes on her head. So that gives her excellent directional hearing. So a bat like Jinja can basically figure out where everyone in this room is just by hearing their voice.
And this room was filled with inquiring voices. And of course, one thing everyone wants to know.
Do bats really suck people's blood?
So vampire bats do exist. They're not a myth. There are 3 species of them down in South America, so they don't live up here in the US. They typically feed on farm animals. Farm animals tend to stay in one spot. The vampire bats will sneak up on them while they're sleeping. And no, the animals don't die from being bitten and they don't turn into vampire cows.
After hearing about all the ways bats are threatened, many wanted to know what they could do to help.
So there are a couple things that we say people can do to help the bats, and one of those things is to build one of these.
Yep, it's a bat house. And it's important because it can help protect them from white nose syndrome. That's a disease that's killing millions and millions of bats.
Since populations are being driven down so much by white nose syndrome, we especially want those mother colonies of bats to have a nice, safe place to be able to raise their babies, to restore those populations. Yeah?
100.
Just about 100 big brown bats can live in this bat house.
And making the world a safer place for bats is what Batman is all about. For Pet Pals TV, I'm Steve Sweitzer. And for more information about bats and bat houses, visit the Organization for the Conservation of Bats. Their website is www.batconservation.org.